Smalls, you could follow one quarterback battle in the preseason, Indianapolis or Cleveland. Which one do you follow?
Oh, Cleveland, without a doubt.
Even though Indianapolis has a top 5 pick and a top, 6 pick?
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones. Cleveland's more interesting.
Because of Shadeur. He's a star.
They'll all split reps in training camp. They'll get equal amount of reps. And then we'll start to notice those reps are dying from somebody. And that's how he'll win the veteran players over. That's how he'll win some of the younger guys over and the coaching staff.
He's in there early. He's getting his work done. So he's working really, really hard. I like everything there is about Shadeur.
Whoever wins this will have really won it.
See, I think Cleveland.
Hold on, Key. Look at the schedule. He's going to be starting soon. Look at the schedule. He's going to be starting soon.
They're going to go 0-7. 0-7. Lions, Minnesota, Steelers. Woo!
He's going to be all start by week 7.
We're now tuned in to the Dark Times channel.
And so here we go again, back with another one. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And so it's looking like this is going to be the most highly anticipated quarterback battle in quite some time.
The Browns know who their starting quarterback will be. It'll play out over the summer. And like we said, there's not a situation that's any more interesting than the Browns quarterback room this summer.
And the last time I remember a day 2 or day 3 quarterback who really blew everyone away was 2012 when Russell Wilson showed up in Seattle and earned it every single day. He beat out the late Travaris Jackson and he beat out Matt Flynn. And he did so by being the first one there, last one to leave, and making it completely undeniable to everyone in that facility that he was the guy. I think that's what we're looking at with Shadeur Sanders right now.
And Shadeur Sanders is out here handling his business behind the scenes like a lot of us knew that he would.
But he is a great, great kid. You guys will get to know him more. He's working like crazy, just like all the guys. He's another young man. These rookies, my office is downstairs. As they got to walk by my office as they come in. They come in early. And Shadeur, just like all those guys, he's in there early. He's getting his work done. So he's working really, really hard. I like everything there is about Shadeur.
And so anybody that's been following Shadeur Sanders and been following Deion Sanders expected nothing less from Shadeur Sanders. But leading up to the draft and even a little bit after the draft, everybody was talking about how arrogant Shadeur Sanders was and everything that he got he didn't deserve.
But, when you listen to this kid talk right prior or at the combine about if you want a new culture in your locker room, I'm the guy to do that. I can turn it around. I mean, he's very high on himself.
If you ain't trying to change the franchise or the culture, don't give me. So you should know history repeats itself over and over and over. And I've done it over and over and over. So it should be no question why an NFL franchise should pick me.
I don't want that guy. I don't want this kind of person in our entitled person on our team.
And they tried to make it seem like Shadeur Sanders was some kind of charity case that didn't earn anything or didn't deserve to be where he's at.
But now it comes down to whether we were right, whether we were wrong, it don't matter. He's now in an NFL camp. And his daddy doesn't get to go with him. And his brother doesn't get to go and document all of it for him.
People that didn't watch Shadeur Sanders and only heard what the naysayers say about him actually get a chance to see him up close and personal. And so far, so good. The coach has got nothing but good things to say about him. His teammates got nothing but good things to say about him, just like at Colorado and just like at Jackson State.
For the Cleveland Browns, this year is a free roll when it comes to trying to figure out whether or not one of these guys that you took a flyer on in the middle rounds can be your franchise quarterback long term, knowing that you have the additional first-round draft pick from the Jacksonville Jaguars going into 2026, which is a much deeper quarterback draft class.
No doubt about it. I think the Cleveland Browns need to find out sooner rather than later if they have one of those guys on their team. If they have one of those quarterbacks that's going to be a franchise quarterback for the next 10 years on their roster. Because like Candy just laid it out, it's going to be a deep quarterback class coming in next year, and they got 2 first-round picks. And if indeed Shadeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel is that guy, well, now you got 2 first-round picks to mess around with. You can go out and get some receivers. You can go out and get some offensive line help. And then on top of that, you got Deshaun Watson's contract coming off the books. And so you can go out and get some free agent help. And so I think the Cleveland Browns are going to have some decisions to make sooner rather than later. And one of those reasons is they're going to have a tough schedule anyway. This is not going to be their season. Just based on their schedule, it's looking like people are predicting them to start off 0-7.
There's whoever wins this will have really won it.
See, I think Cleveland.
Hold on, Key. Look at the schedule. He's gonna be starting soon. Look at the schedule. He's gonna be starting soon.
We got
They gonna go 0-7.
Baltimore, Green Bay,
0-7.
Lions, Minnesota, Steelers. Woo!
He's gonna be start by week 7.
And so if I'm Cleveland and Dylan Gabriel or Shadeur Sanders is looking like they're one of those guys during preseason and during practice, I'm probably going to start one of them week 1. Because like I said earlier, if I got one of those guys on my roster, if I've got a franchise guy on my roster, and for the next 4 years, I don't have to pay him upwards of $20 million, well, now you find yourself in a situation that San Francisco found themselves in, where you can have a Brock Purdy on your roster and pay everybody else. Same situation that the Patriots found themselves in when they had a Tom Brady on their roster that was picked in the 6th round. Now you can build a dynasty. That's how dynasties are built. And so maybe Cleveland was on to something by getting Shadeur Sanders in the 5th round. Maybe they knew something that we didn't know. Who knows? But it's looking like they're going to make a decision on it sooner than a lot of us probably thought. And so go ahead and chime in below. Let me know y'all's thoughts on it as usual. And peace and chaos.